I plotted to have old girl jumped on, baby. I was never not use protection. And I'm finding out that we possibly had something to do with this list with her being on. And I know raw dogging over here. I don't know you. You don't know me. Breaks all kinds of HIPAA laws. I believe I was trying to take her out. For the simple fact that I hit her head to the wall. Feel like in the nighttime. Watch what she do. What's up, family? It's your big sis T Renee, and I am back today with another story. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Hey, I'm hoping that one day you find something on this platform that resonates with you and make you want to come back and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's video. I know y'all are here for a story time, and that's exactly what I'm going to give you. But before we get to that, y'all, go ahead, drop down below in that comment section. Leave a hey girl, hey, what's up, big sis? All comments are welcome and greatly appreciated. Just keep them respectful. As you all have seen the title, you have an idea of what today's story will be about. So family, let's get to that story. So today, y'all, I will be picking back up from where I left off last week. And that story time, as y'all see, is here. It is pretty much a little small series I'm doing on some stuff that happened during college. And the first story, of course, was when my ex-boyfriend, friend, or whatever you want to call him, was basically caught cheating on me during a fire during our school dorm. Like, I found out that he was talking to another girl that lived in my dorm. And if y'all want to know more about the background of that, y'all gonna have to go watch part 1 and part 2 of this mini series. So pretty much where I left off last week was the time that Erica, the other girl that my dude was cheating on me with, found out that my friends and some of her friends and whoever else possibly made a list that she was on. And this list consisted of people that were sleeping around, you know, in the same circles, supposedly had STDs and, you know, things of that nature. And somebody had told her that we was a part of making that list. Y'all, snitches get stitches. I'm not ever saying who made that list. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so I wasn't close with her, but she was my roommate's cousin. She also stabbed her cousin and my roommate in the back, which is like my roommate, which again, I said is her cousin. Oh, excuse me. She stabbed her in the back. She slept with a dude that my roommate was talking to. And so, you know, of course, they still was communicating because that's like first cousins with this girl. So, of course, she gonna feel how she feel. But she ain't got to be out in the mix with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to love your family sometime from a distance. You can't write them off because you're a family and they're going to be around. So what was she supposed to do? But again, like I said, even beyond all of that crazy with them, she was a cool chick until the chick wanted to mess with a guy that I was talking to. Granted, at one point in time, she may not have known that we was trying to be serious because both of us were dating other people. But again, Ryan and I were talking about cutting off ties with the other people and taking one another serious. That's why I was so pissed when I found out that he was talking to a girl in my door. And you know, it wasn't even so, you know, you can't always believe people. People say one thing and then they go and do another. So I'm not going to say I 100% trusted him, but I wanted to believe him because we really had a good bond. So I thought, you know, but again, some people going to do what they do and they're not, we young, we're in college. Granted, that does not mean that we can't be serious and get married because so many people do. They date in college and they go on to have happy lives, you know, or maybe not so happy lives and they got family, kids and all the nine, you know. I know so many people still to this day that I met in college that were couples in college and they're still together. That's wonderful. But, you know, like I said, I can't really put the blame over on him because I was playing the field myself and didn't initially take him serious. And not saying that it can't happen, but it didn't happen and it should have. And I say this now, if a person is not willing to give it all in the beginning and you got to go through the struggle in the beginning, then it's not going to work out when y'all get back. Like, it's going to always be something there that's going to make y'all have these issues. But y'all, that's another story for another time. Point I'm trying to make is he was talking to this girl that was in my dorm. Granted, he don't really know that me and Erica was cool. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that. But the point was the theme between us, like I've mentioned before, the the stipulation was do not talk to nobody in our dorm. So that's why I was pissed, y'all. But then again, this story is not about that. This particular one is about her finding out that we possibly had something to do with this list with her being on. And I told y'all, don't not play with me. I had to play the field like I was cool with everything that was going on. Even though I found out, she knew that I found out. I confronted him, and she was just blunt about everything. Erica just straight out said, yeah, I was talking to my roommate's dude. You know, he supposedly gave me a STD, and I guess she didn't realize that at the time, she still had something in her body, but I don't know. The girl trifling. The girl could have been on antibiotics and still end up sleeping with Ryan, who I was talking to at the time. So from that moment on, when I found out that Ryan had it, we definitely is never not use protection. And I'm so grateful that I, at the time during college, was on that. Now we use a protection. Ain't no raw dogging over here. I don't know you. You don't know me. We just friends, some people from college, and not even him, anybody. Like, it be so much going on with people. People be doing so many things and sleeping with each other at the school and sleeping with people around the city. You just do not know. And so I ain't playing them games. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so grateful I did. But y'all, that could have been me. I could have been one of the ones that got whatever the STD was that they got, which I'm not going to just really say what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I called my roommate chlamydia. But y'all, it was something else. But yes, like, oh y'all, I know this so off. I'm drinking these Canada Dries. This is strawberry. Y'all, I don't drink sodas. I haven't had sodas in so long. But y'all, I saw these in the grocery store. I had to get it. Like, this is like a 0 sugar. And then I got the other one, which is just a regular one. Y'all, what be the difference in 0 sugar and this? In my honest opinion, I feel like a soda is a soda. Whether it's 0 calories or this, I feel like it all serves the same type of purpose. This stuff's still strong. It's still going to cause long-term negative effects in your body anyway. And yes, I know that's crazy that I'm drinking some of that. I know it's going to cause other issues if I keep drinking them. Matter of fact, I had bought a whole case because they didn't have a single in the 0 sugar. So I found this single, but I had to buy a whole case just to try these out. And y'all, it's actually good. So I won't be drinking them anymore, but I'm going to drink it today. And you probably like, what you going to do with the case? Drink it. I'll probably give some more. I know they're so off subject, but y'all was a little thirsty. They good though. Have y'all tried it? Let me know in the comments how y'all tried those. I got them at Kroger. I don't know what stores y'all have in y'all city or town, but Kroger is one of our grocery stores. But anyway, y'all, back to the story. I'm so off. I just couldn't help it. But anyway, so yeah, that was a thing going around, whatever. And I feel like it's somebody that was within our group that mentions this to her. Because how else would she know? How would she have known to think that we were the culprits? This could have been anybody. Ryan talked to other women. I wasn't the only girl that he was talking to. Apparently, he was talking to several women. Erica and I was not the only chicks that he was talking to. So I figured somebody in our group had to go back and tell her that somebody else that we all was acquainted with did this list. Because like I said, people was in like, you know, nursing programs and things like that. So they had access to certain things from somebody that they know. And I know that breaks all kinds of HIPAA laws. But hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And this was so many years ago. So what you gonna do about it now, HIPAA? If you somebody from HIPAA or know somebody, you can't do nothing about it now. But it definitely broke some HIPAA laws. It definitely did, baby, because this person was active in the community. They was like in the clinic working with students. You know, each university has, well, major universities to my knowledge, have a clinic that all students probably would go to in the neighborhood, or different ones, you know what I'm saying? But it's always one that's attached to the school directly. And it's so convenient for a lot of students to go because they don't have transportation, you know, it's just quicker to go to. So yes, this person was dead wrong for exposing this information. Oh, excuse me, that's why I can't drink stuff like that. I'm gonna have indigestion in a minute. Watch. I ain't gonna even throw that I'm in my 40s out there, but being that I am, a lot of things be happening to my body. Like, I can't just do certain stuff like I used to no more. But this stuff was starting a little before then, honestly. The indigestion, you have to be careful what you put in your body because all this stuff is so different than when it was when we was younger. But anyway, so yes, That person was dead wrong. No lie, I will say that, but it is what it is, baby. You cannot play with me. You don't know who I know. You don't know who got my back. You don't know who is in agreement with the things that I say, or I have some type of way to feel about. You know what I'm saying? Do not play games with me. Do not play games with me. And the crazy thing about it, that's how I found out that he was talking to other women and possibly gave them an STD, because one of them was in the nursing program. And she got an STD from him. And for all I know, could have been his room. Apparently, him and his roommates had a whole house over there, because it's like they had women in rotation over there. Yes, I found all this out, and that's how the girl found out. She was talking around, she found out about the different women that was in it out there. They basically had like a revolving door over there. And I'm so mad at myself. I'm like, because I'm dealing with this doing this type of stuff. I mean, you never know. I could have been, every dude that I've dealt with could have been on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But to know for a fact that this dude was doing this with his roommates, because them dudes are some nasty niggas. And Erica agreed. She said, yeah, I messed with Ryan. She said, I slept with all them at one point in time. So all y'all got an STD up in that dorm apartment. Like, I'm saying dorm, in that apartment. Like, you know how like in the college campus apartments, I already say campus apartment, the college student apartments, they always have like 4 different rooms in one apartment. Yeah, that's how that goes. So you slept with all them dudes. And maybe some friends that came over there to deal with them. I'm just saying, you a trifling bitch. Because, girl, it was... I ain't gonna say like it wasn't fun to have sex back and, you know, during my younger days. It was. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I looked forward to it. I might have been a little nympho. But it was never like that, though. To know that you could possibly have something that you cannot get rid of at some point in time. Like, during that time, we're a little older. We know a little better. Baby girl, half of these people come from all on the, way on the other side of the U.S. And if they was to leave and dip out today, you would never see them again. So come on, girl. And they can block you on social media. But at the time, it wasn't really no social media like that for real. We had like them little online dating app things or whatever. I'm trying to think. When did Facebook come? Facebook came out in 2004. And you had to be in college. It was for college students only back in... I think it was like either 2004 or 2005 when Facebook came out. And I said you had to be in college. All I know, it's a possibility you weren't going to see this man again. I'm just saying. I don't know. Yeah, I'm out here doing the most. This is a little temporary something I did. I ain't gonna keep it in. I ain't gonna keep this hair in my head long. I'm gonna cut these things out. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. And so yeah. All of this crazy stuff is going on. And I completely just like shut down. Like I was so mad about me possibly having something, which I use protection, but you just never know, because we did kiss and he did do other things, you know, orally. So you just never know what you can possibly have happen to you. So all of that go through my mind. I'm mad. I instantly, make me an appointment somewhere away from all of that, nowhere near the campus. I went to another doctor. Like I went somewhere else and got my tests and stuff done. But I did not want to hang out with nobody. I wasn't doing nothing. I went to class and I went to my little side job, my little job I had. And I went back to my room. I studied, whatever, go to the computer room and sit in the room. And what I like about in the dorm that I was staying in, they had on each floor, on different parts of that floor, they had computer rooms at the end of the corners. I would just go sit and chill in that joint in there and just be to myself doing homework on the internet or whatever. Shit, if I want to masturbate in that room, I can do that. I know that's so gross, but I'm just saying, who knows? Nobody knows you in that room. You got privacy. And I used to, and y'all, and for like a month, that would be my place that I would be chilling by myself. My roommate knew where I was. We were talking, we would trip, whatever. She would probably be hanging out, doing who knows what. I don't really know. But I was just really in my feelings about that. I'm like, cause, like that's when I was to a point where I didn't want to hang out with a lot of other guys. Like I didn't want to date. I ain't gonna say hang. Well, yeah, I didn't want to date other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I'm straight on that. if I'm gonna talk to a guy, it's gonna be that one guy. And y'all, I always preach I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. But during that time, I really was feeling some type of way. Like, damn, no. Like, it really was dawning on me, like, this is life. You're an adult now. You got to be responsible and careful of the people that you're dealing with. You can't deal with somebody just because you really like them and, you know, you attracted to them. You physically attracted to them. Y'all, the sex is good between y'all. And you know this out to other women. No, I don't care. You have to cut them off. It will be other guys, and it will be other guys that got way better sex to give you. Like, that was my mindset. I'm like, So I wasn't done though, but like I said, she was just, you know, so she called herself having like a little powwow with us in our little beauty shop I told y'all we had in our dorm, and we all sitting there, we chilling, you know, the little clique, whatever. She's like, somebody was telling me that some of y'all put my name on that list. Y'all don't know nothing about me. So it was a big thing, y'all. And I'm like, why the fuck am I here? I said, I don't give a damn what the hell you talking about. I said, you a trifling chick, and you was messing with dudes that me and your cousin was talking to. So I was just going off on her like, girl, nobody want to hear that shit. So I walked about the room like, I don't respect you. I don't respect the type of woman you are. And, you know, I remember saying something like that to her, like I was really mad for real. Even though, like I said, I put myself in that situation because I knew he was talking to other people. But it became real when he had an STD. And I will say, yes, I had some part in your name getting on that list. For sure. I will say that. But I was not the one exposing. I was not the one that said you had an STD. I just gave the name of you being one of the girls that was messing around with the clique of people that was supposed the real culprits that they put on here. Like, it started from the head. Like, it was a group of guys that, you know, I don't know. I can't really tell y'all all the details about that. I can't remember all that. But I do know it was like, hey, check this girl out. I do remember saying that for sure. So, yes, I was one of the people that was the reason your name was on that list. I told y'all, do not play with me. I said I was going to do something to embarrass the hell out of them. So, yes, I made sure their name was on that list. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she ever really found out that, hey, I was the one to put it on there. I really don't give a damn. She never really came and said anything else to me, because after that day, I didn't talk to her for real. I didn't want to be around this bitch. And of course she would be around when we go to different events and different parties, because we had some of the mutual people we were cool with. But as far as conversation, that shit was done. I didn't do none of that with her no more. And so I'm like, my roommate, like, if she coming around, make sure I ain't there. Please do not. I said, because if I see this girl, I'm definitely going to snatch her ass up. I said, I'm going to fight your cousin. I'm going to fight your cousin. Like, yes, it became that deep. Even though I shouldn't be, I know I shouldn't be fighting over no dudes. And it wasn't necessarily over no dudes. The fact that this chick put my life in danger. Because you should have stayed messing with your cousin, man. But the fact that you were messing with the dude that I was talking to, you put my life in danger, bitch, so now I don't like you. It took a minute for it to really register in my mind, like, this girl really did this. So that's why how I was feeling didn't come out in the beginning when I found out. It was just, as that list came out, I really felt some type of way. Because I'm like, you mess with most of these people. All of them are roommates. And there was some other guys on there. You know what I'm saying? So it was really deep like that, y'all. So she did find out that, you know, some people in our little clique that she was supposedly cool with was the reason she was on this list, y'all. And it was just a big thing. But she was still cool with them girls. Like, they still hung out. That's life, y'all. It's crazy. But so, yes, y'all. And not only that, so she was so mad. She called, I think she had some other family there. Mind you, her and my roommate are cousins. So she had some of her folks there. And some other people, I don't know where these folks were from. Some girls from the school, whatever. They all came over to where we were. And we was like hanging out. It was something going on. We was all hanging out in some type of park or whatever. And they came over, y'all. And don't y'all know, it was a big brawl. Like, she came over trying to get them folks to jump on us, y'all. Like, she really did try to get her folks to jump on us. But of course, it was heavily security there, and so it didn't really happen. They broke it up. They was like, y'all gonna either have to leave or calm it down or whatever. It was like, this is a public park. You can't put us at the park, but y'all, it was a private event, so they could have put us at the park. So, you know, it was like, okay, bet. So, you know, we let that die off. We was getting mean mugged all night. Yes, true enough. But that bitch had another thing coming. Cause so when we got back to the dorm or whatever, And she was talking all kinds of crazy stuff. She had like some of her little new friends with her. She was talking crazy stuff. And so I was like, oh, okay, babe. I said, but you ain't going to always have them around, baby girl. I said, you confident now because you got all these folks, but you are not going to always have them around. Because at this point, I definitely want to fight her. I definitely want to fight her. So, you know, a week go on or whatever. And I see her leaving from one of the little private rooms or whatever in the dorm, one of the computer rooms. Because I was up on her floor. And I was talking to somebody that took some classes with me. And I see her. And she's looking all crazy. I'm like, what the fuck you looking at me for? She's like, she said something crazy under her breath. And so, y'all, next thing I know, I run up on this girl and I smash her head to the brick wall. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just blacked out. Yes, I tried to beat this girl. I tried to take this girl life, y'all, in the dorm. Like, I smashed her head on the wall. Like, I don't know. I blacked out. Like, I don't know where they came from. Like, I was mad, but not to the point where I was trying to, man. Yes, y'all. I smashed her head to the wall. And apparently some people heard it because they came out, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? And of course, we going back and forth, and you know, I'm saying this girl, she put my life in danger, sleeping with my dude, gave me, yes, I'm putting it all out there now, because whoever didn't hear about it that day, they definitely gonna hear about it today. So yes, y'all, I told y'all, I was gonna make it bigger than what it was. I would blow the spot up. And at this point, she's trying to get to me from she's trying to get around me, trying to come hit me from the other girls. Girl, you should have been knocked out because I hit your head on concrete. She's trying to get around and hit me or whatever. And they like, no, y'all gonna get kicked out. Y'all gonna get expelled from school. Y'all gonna get expelled from school. And honestly, I don't even think we had cameras on the floor. We might have had, I don't know. But we never got caught, y'all. Like, yes, like they was trying so hard to break us up from fighting y'all, but I was still like reaching around, like hitting her. I was hitting her. She might have, you know, grabbed my hair or something like that, but it wasn't never nothing too crazy. But I definitely was plotting to jump on her ass again. I said, oh, it's definitely gonna happen again. Like, I definitely was plotting to get her jumped on. Cause not you brought your folks to try to jump on us, and you don't even really know if we were the people. I said, you need to be mad at your friends over there. Your friends were probably, I said, you don't know who did what. You just assume. I said, whoever told you that, they don't know what they talking about. You can't just assume that we would do something like that to you. Even though what you were doing was wrong, we should have. Like I said, I never really said exactly that we did it, and I didn't say that we didn't really do it. I'm just saying, you kind of assumed that it was us. But yes, y'all, I felt a little satisfied bashing that chick head in on the wall, but I really wanted to get some more in with her because that wasn't enough for me. Like, I just know I blacked out and smashed that girl head. I don't know where it came from. I just, oh yeah, I know. Probably should have had an assault charge. I definitely should have had an assault charge, but baby, I don't care. When it comes to my life and my health, all that goes out the window. That's assault. That's sexual assault. I'm just saying. Attempted murder. You put my life in danger. I could have anything. You don't know what somebody's immune system is like when it comes to some type of autoimmune or some type of STD or any of things of that nature. You don't know. Like, my body can react negatively behind it if that would have happened to me. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit of, you slept with my man and you could have possibly gave me an STD mixing it together, and you knew I was talking to him. We were supposed to be cool. So yes, it kind of was overdue if you think about it. I'm not gonna lie, like, it wasn't, you know, but that wasn't the end all be all. That wasn't the big thing. The big thing was the STD stuff. Because like I said, I was waiting on results, and yeah, we did kiss. He did go, you know, give me oral and all that. I can get something from there, right? At the time, I was like, you know, I can get something from it. I didn't know. So yes, y'all, I was mad as hell. So yes, that is the time that I plotted to have old girl jumped on, baby. I was plotting to get this bitch gone. Man, called myself attacking this girl. Oh, the memories. That's stuff funny now, though. Back then, I was a little afraid, like, dang, I hope these girls don't say I attacked her in the hallway, or if there were even cameras. I don't even remember. I just know my adrenaline was really, really high. I saw this girl and I was triggered, baby. I never needed an audience to do anything. If I'm feeling away, baby, I am not scared I'm going to pour into you. And most people don't even think that I would be like that. My folks think I'm just chill and I'm always trying to be the peace speaker. Nah, baby, trigger me. Trigger me. Trigger me if you want to. My alter ego comes out. That's what it is. And she is not a nice person. She is very evil. Because I was trying to take that girl out, y'all. I believe I was trying to take her out. For the simple fact that I hit her head to the wall. I could have just punched her in the face, but I slammed her head to the wall. She definitely had a knot. She definitely had a black bruise under her eye. But she never really snitched on me. Maybe it was, she felt some type of way. She felt remorse. I don't know. Maybe she felt like that's something she deserved. I don't really know. We never really spoke after that. And them girls never said anything. And I got my results back and I was cool, of course. But I'm just saying at that time, I blacked out because I was feeling some type of way. It was deep for me because, like I said, I isolated myself. I'm not the person that loves to be around a whole bunch of people, but doing college, you open to those things. But the simple fact that I completely isolated myself for a month, yeah. Until I went to that little park thing, definitely. Yeah, I was saying a month. Yeah, I do not mean a month. I isolated myself for almost 2 weeks from these folks partying, hanging out. Because like I told you, I was waiting on results back or whatever. I don't know what these folks had going on. They was taking so long for tests. And maybe because it was so many students. Even though I didn't go to a clinic near the student camp, near the campus, I still went somewhere where a lot of students did attend. So I don't know what they had going on. But it took them a minute to give me my stuff back. Like, do it use it? Shit, do it take that long? I don't know. Did it always take that long? I don't even remember. I know now stuff kind of come back pretty quick, but doing then, maybe because it was, I don't know. Y'all, but anyway, I'm going to stop this right here. I hope y'all stay for the duration of this video, y'all. I don't think it's more parts to this. Like I told y'all, it wasn't going to be a long series. Who's to say these characters won't come back up? Because they definitely probably will. I mean, I've talked about them a year ago. Well, my roommate. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to stop this video right here. Y'all drop down below the comment section. Let's chat. Let's talk about whatever. Just keep it respectful, y'all. Let me know that y'all hear about leaving something leaving a purple heart in my comment section. Let me know that y'all was tuned in and y'all enjoyed the story. Also, y'all, make sure y'all turn on y'all post bell notifications so you'll know when I post something new. And continue to hype these videos. I love y'all for that. Y'all are really helping push my content out there by hyping me and allowing people that don't even know I exist by allowing people that do not know that I exist find me, because it's so many Storytime channels out here and they might not even know I'm around because I'm a small content creator. But thank y'all so much for tuning in and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye. To catch up on any prior story times that were mentioned in today's video, make sure you click the links in the description below. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel.